Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. I want to tell you about what I learned in one of my last experiences on the water. And this has been before all the floods and tornadoes and so forth have hit our state. It was a couple weeks ago. And I was fishing one of my favorite spots in the Grass River. The water was clear, and I was fishing at what I call the witching hour. In the Grass River in particular, once it gets about 2 hours or maybe an hour before sunset, the fish go on a hunt. And I've experienced this for several years. But on this night, I experienced and learned a couple things that I maybe had taken for granted before, but I wanted to pass on to you. I watched fish and this is along the shore in little pockets of water where you wouldn't find anything during the day, but they come in hunting at night. And I watch fish see my lure hit the water, and these are little bitty lures I'm using, from 30 to 50 feet away, easily that far. And so it shows that they see stuff that's happening all around them. You don't have to, unless those fish are in refuge, if they're under a dock or if they're sitting tight up into the bank and trying to get away from everything and not in any kind of active mode, you almost have to put your lure right on top of them. And that's why I've talked about accurate casting being so critical. But during the witching hour, those fish are out hunting and they're seeing, and they will chase something that's 50 feet away. But here's the second part of what I wanted to tell you. The chase itself, it became almost mind-blowing to me to watch how fast these fish can swim. They'd see it hit the water, and within a blink, they had traveled that 50 feet and were on top of that lure, taking it in and trying to swallow it within a half a second. I mean, I don't mean the 50 feet was within a half a second, but it wasn't much more. So I think it's important to realize, number one, fish can swim at speeds that you really have to see to believe. We think, oh, are we reeling too fast when we're bringing our lure in? There is no way you can reel too fast to make it faster than a fish can swim, especially a predator fish. These bass, and these are smallmouth bass I'm talking about, oh my gosh, can they move? And I saw the same thing a year ago at the end of September when I was out one night, and I had this night that I'll never forget where I was getting 5 pound, well, let's say 4 pound smallmouth, and that's a monster in any river system. 4 pound bass and muskies that seemed to be seeing my bait from the other side of the river and attacking it, where a wake moving almost like a torpedo was coming after these baits that I was using. And I learned then that, my gosh, when they want to attack something, the speed is incredible. So, what does that all mean? It means the next time you're out and fishing and you think you're not getting strikes and you think maybe you're fishing too fast, maybe you're not reeling it fast enough to sort of excite them into what I call a chase. And the chase is always going to end the same. They want to catch it. They want to hit your lure. They're going to do it. They're going to get it before you can reel it in. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.